Good evening. The impact of the Labour Party leadership election result has sent political shockwaves through the Midlands. 3 of our MPs, Tristram Hunt, Shabana Mahmood and Emma Reynolds, stood down rather than be considered for roles in the shadow cabinet. Jeremy Corbyn faces early challenges uniting the party as not one of the region's 25 Labour MPs backed him in the leadership contest. Ben Sidwell reports.
Stoke-on-Trent, Labour heartland. But is there a buzz around its new leader?
I didn't support Jeremy's campaign, but I am glad that we've got a leader that has got a mandate to lead the party with 60% of the vote. He was a clear favourite. And I'm looking forward to working towards the next election victory, if that can be achieved.
Out on the streets of Burslem, there seemed to be support and optimism from Labour voters.
I'm very pleased about it because I rejoined the Labour Party just to vote for Jeremy Corbyn.
I think it's in the right direction. See, I'm old school. I remember what it was like in the trade unions when you got rights and there was jobs for everybody, when the government looked after its people.
But while voters may be pleased, many local MPs seem less enamoured. 3 have stepped down from the shadow cabinet. Tristram Hunt, MP for Stoke-on-Trent Central, said, "I will not seek to be part of the front bench. It is important to be honest about it. I have substantial political differences with Jeremy." While Emma Reynolds, MP for Wolverhampton North East, said he needs space to build his own team. "I will serve our party and my constituents from backbenches." Charlotte Atkins spent 13 years as the Labour MP for Staffordshire Moorlands. At her home in Leek, she told me her vote went to Yvette Cooper, but she has been impressed at how the new leader has attracted fresh support to the party.
Younger people coming into the party, people who've left the party in the past, people who often don't vote at elections or never vote at elections have shown their support for him. Now, he wasn't my choice. But having said that, I'm willing to give him the chance to show that he can be a good leader.
But what about local businesses? Here at Titanic Brewery, the mood is more cautious.
There's a nervousness, a genuine nervousness and a not knowing what is likely to be the outturn of this whole event. Talk to the people who live around here and I think they're waiting to see what it means.
In a city where Labour dominates, many here are hoping the new leader will give their party a much-needed lift. Ben Sidwell, BBC Midlands Today, Stoke-on-Trent.
Our political editor, Patrick Burns, has been in Westminster today canvassing opinion from within the Labour Party. So tell me, Patrick, what's the mood like there?
Well, I think, Nick, the collective intake of breath here is not just about that epic changing of the guard at the top of the Labour Party, but also what it means in terms of a wider power shift in favour of those 250,000 or so newly registered Labour Party supporters who are very much the story of this. I'm joined by one of our Labour MPs, and Roger Godsiff, not only did you not publicly endorse Mr Corbyn, you didn't actually publicly endorse any of them. So who did you vote for the leadership?
Well, Patrick, I looked at all the 4 candidates and I had reservations about all of them.
What reservations?
Well, I won't go into that. I had different reservations about all of them and I didn't nominate any of them. But yes, I did vote because I believe everybody should vote, and I welcome the fact that a huge number of Labour supporters did vote in this election. And all credit to Jeremy Corbyn. He got 59 point whatever, and he did brilliantly.
And you did vote for Tom Watson for deputy, the West Bromwich East MP. He's a man with a real job, isn't he? Going to maintain party unity with everybody like Emma Reynolds, Shabana Mahmood and Tristram Hunt leaving the front bench?
Well, Tom Watson's the ideal man for the job. I've known Tom for many, many years. He's got many strengths. I had not the slightest reservation about nominating him, and to be quite frankly, anybody who's prepared to take on Murdoch can quite easily deal with the problems in the PLP.
Briefly, how can Labour reach out to all those Middle England constituencies when your leader is hard left and so is your shadow chancellor?
Well, the fact of the matter is there were a lot of issues, and I'm not on the left, but there are a lot of issues I actually agree with Jeremy about, and they were in my election manifesto, and he got 59% of the vote, and I got 59% of the vote.
OK, Roger Godsiff, thank you very much indeed. And of course there's a challenge here for all the parties. What it is in public opinion that's led to this extraordinary turn-up for all the parties to think about that one. And with that, Nick, back to you.
Patrick, thank you. Next, it's estimated that thousands of homeless ex-servicemen are sleeping on the streets, but tonight there'll be one fewer.